I got it. I got it here.
All right. Round 2, if you haven't checked out our last episode posted, check it out. We dropped 2 this week. Yeah, and then drop a like. We need to get that subscribe button. Oh, it is on there. It's in the right corner. I keep forgetting it's there. But yeah, subscribe if you haven't been subscribed yet. It helps us out. And send a like. And if you send a dislike, we coming for you. Anyway, let's get into this. We had some big fights, big MMA weekend.
Man, we had that Thursday, Friday, Saturday action, man, with PFL, Bellator, and UFC. So we're going to start off with PFL. I think we're just going to talk about the main event and maybe one other fight. But Clarissa Shields makes her MMA debut against friend of the show, Brittany Elkin. I thought she would weather the storm and Clarissa would get it done like she kind of did. Brady thought Brittany was going to maul her, which she did. She just gassed out, and Clarissa got it done. What did you think about Clarissa's performance? Talk to me.
I honestly wasn't that impressed with it. For who she's been training with and stuff, she got, I don't know, she was not impressive in that whole fight except till the end.
Okay, she's been training MMA since December, dude, 7 months. So let's take that into account. That's insane.
I guess, but she was fighting someone who's 6'3" and 6. You know what I mean? All I'm saying is she's not going to do good against the top echelon of the divisions.
Not yet. I saw intangibles though. The skill set isn't there. Her takedown defense was very good, but when she got taken down, she couldn't get back up. So she got to work on getting back off her back. That's a problem. But she was hard to take down. Well, she was sprawling great, and then the problem is when she would sprawl out and she tried to punch in the middle of her sprawl instead of setting her base, getting her positioning, and then striking. She was attacking mid, trying to get her positioning with her feet, and it gave Brittany the open to get her back down in the first 2 rounds. The third round, she realized that was not the way to go. So it was position before. It's just Che would say submission, but position before strike. So she got her base down, she sprawled up, got her hips back, then she posted on Brittany's head with her left hand, started firing down the right hand instead of firing them as she's sprawling. It just that split second of just getting yourself out of harm's way first changed everything. And you saw she's physically strong, she's athletic, she hits hard in MMA gloves. She hits really hard in MMA gloves. She has intangibles. She's got a dog in her. The heart is there, but she just needs to upgrade that skill set. But everything else, she's got the full package. She's got to bring the skills up to match that elite athleticism that she has.
It's kind of, for me, I'm just going to say it. It's like a Jake Paul situation. I just can't wait to see the day she loses. I just can't stand her. So,
yeah. But Jake Paul is a guy that isn't a fighter, though. Clarissa is a established world champion in boxing, 3 divisions, 2 gold medals, undisputed twice, pound for pound, if not number 1, number 2 in the sport, comes over and is trying to become the greatest. For anyone saying that she's going to be the greatest of all time in MMA is crazy. Like, let's just pump the brakes. Like, let's let her dip her toe in. You know, if she's going into the lake, her toe is in the water right now. Can we get her like a few fights in before we start talking about that, about her fighting real competition?
They better give her a couple bums first, is all I'm saying.
100%. If you look at any of your favorite fighters' resumes, the first 5 or 6 fights, we don't know who they are. Who are they?
Yeah.
She's right where she needs to be. She's right where the good thing about this fight is she had adversity. That's amazing. So now she knows that she can push through that, and she knows where her holes are. She's not, if she came in there just bang, right hand, the fight was over, she'd be like, gonna knock these girls out. They got nothing for me. But she had to survive on her back for 2 rounds. She got out of an armbar, man.
Yeah, I guess.
I was very impressed. You can't expect her to be a complete mixed martial artist 7 months into the game. That's all I'm saying.
But like I said, I just don't like her, so I'm not going to be happy for her.
You're salty. You're salty. Okay, talk to me about the Douglas Lima Amosov fight. I only saw highlights.
It was just really boring, honestly. It was a horribly boring fight. It was just take down and lay there. He didn't even do much off. Lima didn't do much off his back, which I thought Lima would be landing a lot more strikes. Usually when he's taken down, like in a Rory fight, he'd throw more elbows off the bottom and stuff. He was just kind of laying there. He wasn't doing much to get to the fence. It's kind of like he gave up his. He just gave. You know when you give it up when you just get taken down, you're just like, shit, this is going to keep on happening. But I can't even pronounce his name. Mr. 26-0 just held him there, so he didn't do anything on top where it could have got standing up a lot. So it was just a very boring fight.
So does that fight elevate Amosov's stock? Like, did he perform enough, do enough that it's like, wow, that guy was impressive, or just kind of like, oh wow, he just laid and prayed?
It was a lay and pray, in my opinion, but it's comment below what you think. I wasn't that impressed with him, honestly. I thought he was going to win this fight, but I wasn't impressed with him.
Okay, now on the other end of the spectrum, Douglas Lima's in a tough situation because he's already gone up to 185 and he lost to the champion there. He came back down, fought the number one contender in Amosov, and he got dominated for 5 rounds. He's on a 2-fight skid, and he's lost to the best guy in both divisions. Where do you go from here?
Rematch with Lorenz Larkin. A winnable fight, and it's a good contender fight.
Okay, you don't think the MVP rematch makes sense anymore?
No. I think MVP deserves a title shot.
What about Jason Jackson, who had a big win in the co-main event against Paul Daly?
That could be a fight for Lima.
I don't know if I like that fight right now for Lima.
It's just what has to happen, though.
If he can't beat Jason Jackson, it might be time to call it. And he's still in the middle of his prime, which is crazy.
Yeah, but like I said, I told you he was getting older. Just saying. Like, years-wise, he's been in there. He's 38. Like, he's been in there for a long time. It's not – look at Jose Aldo. You fade off to a different – the age is different. Fabricio Verdum won a title at 40 years old. You know what I mean?
I can't hide behind the fence anymore saying Douglas might be the best welterweight of all time. I can't use the Mousasi thing as a middleweight fight anymore. I have nothing to hide behind. He got mauled by a welterweight. It is what he is. I think I still have him ranked in the top 10. He's just he's fallen off.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope he bounces back. But I do like the Lorenz Larkin fight.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Okay, let's roll on to the UFC. If you're good with that.
Yeah, we'll start off with the Lauren Murphy fight on the prelim fight.
Yeah, talk to me about
it. A lot of people are saying it's a robbery.
I didn't see the fight, to be honest, but I would imagine Lauren got it done. Why are people saying it's a robbery?
So the second round was the most convincing because she had her on the bottom for about 4 minutes and landing ground and pound. The first fight was a stand-up, and the third fight were both stand-up. But Lauren Murphy got the better of the exchanges, in my opinion, in the first round. It could have went either way. So this fight, I scored it a draw, personally. I had it 10-10. The second one was Lauren Murphy. Third one was Joanne Calderwood. But it is what it is. I don't think it's a fight that you can say this girl won or that girl won. It's probably better a draw, but either one could have won.
See, that's the problem with the 10-point must system, because if I dominate a round, but I don't get a knockdown or I don't hurt you at all, it's a 10-9 round. But if you edge out a round against me, you land a couple more significant shots, they're both equivalent 10-9 rounds, but they're not equivalent rounds, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's a weird system, but that's what we got. So rolling on. Okay, Drew Dober versus Brad Riddell. Brad got it done. We both called it. Well, did he dominate?
No, Drew Dober won that fight.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I thought that was a robbery. Honestly, a lot of people did too, from what I was reading. I just think he dropped him in the first round. He definitely won the first round, and I think it was, I can't remember, but I was kind of getting a little pizza while I was watching that fight. The man gets hungry, needs some beer in his system. But Drew Dober definitely won that fight. I'd have to rewatch it.
Okay. This is where I tuned in because I was watching a movie with the missus, new Amy Adams movie on Netflix. She's like some drug addict that can't leave her house for some mental reason. Pretty trippy movie. Highly recommend it. But anyways, I digress. Let's get back to the fights.
Sponsoring Netflix, are we?
Huh?
Sponsoring Netflix?
Man, that'd be Netflix. Come show us some money.
Over your eyes, we're going to put a Netflix sticker.
Huh?
Over your eyes, we're going to put a Netflix sticker.
Opening the main card, we had a light heavyweight fight between the Bear Jew Paul Craig taking on Jamal Hill. Dude, this fight, I picked Craig. You picked Hill, didn't you?
Yeah, I did pick Hill.
Paul Craig is a savage. The Bear Jew is the greatest nickname in all of MMA, by the way, and he destroyed this guy.
Yeah, it's a big win, too. Like, Jamal Hill was coming off a big win over Vince St. Preux. I think Paul Craig was the underdog, I'm pretty sure. And Jamal Hill was 8-0, and he took one of the prospects of light heavyweight's arm off, pretty much. Yeah,
he literally, the dude's arm's a pool noodle, and he snaps in half his guard and looks at the ref and says, dude, are you going to stop this fight? This guy's arm is limp. It's not attaching. If there was no skin, he would be missing his arm. And then the rest like, nah, continue. Mario Yamasaki showed up again and was like, okay, I'm gonna elbow the shit out of you until you can't talk anymore. And Jamal Hill was just destroyed, like badly concussed. And that's the story of the fight.
Yeah, and then he stopped it finally. I don't know. Paul Craig's looking good. He's a good prospect down for the division, which he wasn't at first. He kind of revamped himself, I guess. It's good to see.
Him versus Johnny Walker. I want to see it.
Yeah, if Johnny Walker beats Spann.
Oh, he's got Spann. That's true. Maybe then you might see Craig fight like a Misha Serkinov then in the meantime or something. I
like Paul Craig versus Nikita Krylov.
Striker versus grappler match. I like that.
Good fight.
Yeah. Okay, then we're rolling on to the oldest man in the rankings in the UFC right now, Damien Maia, loses a close one to Bilal Muhammad. I thought the announcing was kind of biased on this. Bilal might have won. Bilal might have won the second and third rounds. I'm not saying he didn't, but it was a close fight.
Yeah, they made it seem like Maia got totally destroyed. And Dana White did say he's not going to resign him, so that's probably the last we'll see out of. Who knows? We might see Jake Paul box Damien Maia next because those are the type of fighters he fights.
Don't speak that into the universe. We don't want that. We do not want that.
But he fights those kind of guys.
I mean, fighting Tyron right now. Put some respect on that.
I guess.
But yeah, Damien Maia. If we see you in BKFC or something like that, we know it's tough. We know it's tough times.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see him retire. He had a good career.
Dude, I mean, I still think he could beat guys in the UFC. I mean, should he come back? No, he's 42 or whatever it is. Like, it's time to go. But I think he still could beat some guys in the welterweight division, the UFC.
Oh, for sure. Out of the top 15, maybe fringe top 15. Yeah, absolutely. He beat a Matt Brown.
Oh, yeah. Him and Carlos Condit be a fun fight.
They fought before, but now would be different.
Yeah, he beat Condit, didn't he?
Yeah. I would like to see him versus Robbie Lawler.
Yeah, that's interesting too.
Someone's losing streak come to the win.
Maybe him and Diego Sanchez go over to Fabia's gym and they fight each other with knives or something. I'm okay with that too.
There we go. But we're putting a lot of the work into Damien Maia's career right now. Have a good career, Damien Maia. You did great.
Thank you, sir. Leon Rocky Edwards takes on Stockton's own Nate Diaz. Man, Nate lost the first two rounds, but they were competitive. He looked good in the rounds. Then rounds 3 and 4, he got battered. And then we know round 5. What did you think about the fight?
I was kind of bored by it, honestly.
You didn't like him sticking his ass out of the camera and whatnot?
It kind of annoyed me the whole fight. Honestly, I wasn't a big fan. I didn't see why people love the fight so much. I think they just love Nate Diaz. I think Nate Diaz looks sloppy as shit. He landed a lucky shot in the 5th. I don't know. People love Nate Diaz. I love Nate Diaz, but it was not a good performance by Leon Edwards, and it wasn't a good performance by Nate Diaz.
Here's the thing. Leon is the rightful winner, 100%. He won 4 of the 5 rounds. But his stock drops. He's the number 3 contender. He's fighting an unranked guy who's not really a welterweight. He's got to stop this guy. Nate Diaz comes in off of a 1.5-year layoff, coasts through the first 4 rounds, survives, and almost knocks you out in the last minute of the 5th round. Come on, dude. That Nate Diaz's stock went up in a dominant loss, because he almost stopped you, and you couldn't even hurt this guy. Nate was never hurt.
People aren't going to remember they're only going to remember Nate Diaz rocking them. That's it. People don't look at records, and for fuck's sake, they don't look at Nick Diaz's record, or they wouldn't love him as much. They remember the moments with him, and that's what we get with Nick Diaz, and we got to appreciate those moments. Is he a Hall of Famer?
Nah.
No.
But he'll get in because he's Nate. But it was the perfect Diaz ending. We had the BMF title end on a cut. Nate was on his feet. He was ready to go another round. We have this fight end where he's almost killing Leon Edwards. Like this is the way Nate Diaz is. He's either going to win a fight or he's going to lose and do something crazy in the fight. That's just the way it is.
End of the day, if it was a fight to the death, you know who'd win.
Nate.
Exactly.
So I think Leon's going to get the Masvidal fight, and I think Masvidal's going to clean him up because I said this to you last night, Leon only can fight off his back foot. He's a counter guy. He has no forward game at all. He cannot start the dance. And Masvidal can fight any way he wants. I think Masvidal is going to beat him pretty handily.
I was picking Leon before this fight, but I do have Masvidal winning now.
Yeah. Okay, so let's roll on to the co-main event. The Assassin Baby, Lego Man by day, world champion by night. What a savage.
Bro, I was jumping. I was like screaming at I'm like, I hugged my buddy. I'm like, no way this is happening right now. I was so happy. It was one of the moments where I was the happiest watching a win. Honest to God. In all of my MMA, like I was just so happy for the dude.
Second round, or is it third round?
Third round.
Third round submission, rear naked choke. He beat him everywhere, man. He outboxed him in the first round, and then he outgrappled him rounds 2 and 3. I don't think we need to see a third fight. I'm good. Davison got dominated. This wasn't close.
Well, here's the one thing. You're going to see a trilogy because the first 2 fights were so epic. But there's also Askar Antonov. I think it's Antonov, who had a draw. Yeah, he had a draw with Moreno, which I scored for Moreno, but that fight's there. So either that way, one of those fights is going to happen. But I do think you're going to see the big fight, especially because Dana White was being a biased person at the press conference saying Figueiredo just didn't look the same and all this shit. So you'll see a rematch.
I don't want to say it was the weight cut, but I think it might be time for Davison to move up to 35. Man, he didn't look the same.
But he gets crushed at 45 or 35.
You think he can't beat a Cody No Love?
I don't know if he could. I just don't want to see him fight a Peter Yan.
I mean, well, Peter Yan is one of the best fighters in the world, regardless of weight class. So, of course, I don't want to see him fight Peter Yan, but there's guys in that mix I think he could beat in that top 5, top 10 for sure.
Like Sean O'Malley?
Moraes? Like, what?
Yeah, there's fights for him. Frankie Edgar?
Frankie? Like, we don't know what TJ Dillashaw looks like. We don't know.
That's true. It's a tough division right now.
Okay, main event. The last style bender beat the Italian Dream, Marvin Vettori, via 5-round unanimous decision. I didn't give a single round to Marvin. I told you he was going to be dominant. I thought he'd stop him, but he won 5 rounds.
Yeah, and Marvin thought he won the fight. Man, this guy, I don't know what it is about Marvin. Does he not have one of the ugliest faces when he's fighting?
Yeah, he's he's psychotic. But there's no way he thought he won that fight. There's no way.
He did you not see him at the end? He's like he wouldn't even, he said he won the fight. He's in the post fight.
I heard him say that, but either he's got brain damage and he should retire, or he's just talking shit because there's literally no way he can think that he won that fight.
Yeah, and Israel looked good off his back when he switched it. He got back up. I was like, holy shit! That was the only time I think I've ever cheered for Izzy in a fight.
Yeah, man, he was the baby face. Like Izzy usually is so corny that I can't stand him, but Marvin was even more corny in the lead up to this one, so I was going for Izzy. I also had money on Izzy, so that kind of made it go too. But the way Izzy was throwing his feints, he was feinting the kick low, coming high, feinting the right hand, coming with the left hook. Izzy looked really good. Like very impressed since the Yan fight. He's leveled up.
Now there is a part in that fight that is a little controversial though, that he did tap out. And he didn't stop the fight.
Is he?
Yeah, he tapped his ass.
Oh yeah.
He tapped out, so I don't know. Marvin is the champion technically.
I already got my money from Bodog, so if you want to UFC, you want to do the right thing and give Marvin his title, I'm okay. I already got paid, so that's fine. Do what you got to do.
It's just funny. He squeezes his ass. I don't know.
That's all hilarious.
Right, and then we got some PFL this weekend.
Yeah, so the only really fight I'm interested in would be the and main event. You got
right?
Huh?
Lance Palmer fights, right?
Is he on here too? I don't see him.
Huh.
Maybe he is somewhere way down the prelims. I don't know, but I don't see him. Anyways, in the co-main event we have Cooper the third. I'm blanking on his first name. Versus Alex Sakin.
Ray Cooper.
Yes, Ray Cooper the third taking on Alex Sakin, and Ray Cooper is their welterweight champion. Alex Sakin won his last fight, so these guys are both 1-0 this season. Ray Cooper won his last fight without throwing a single shot, not a single strike. He won the fight.
That's crazy. Ray Cooper should win.
I like Ray Cooper. I like his style. I want to see him and Rory get in there at some point. So hopefully Ray Cooper gets this one done. And then in the main event, we have Gleason Tebow take the Red King, Rory McDonald.
How is this? How did their matchmaking so weird?
I love it. You got two UFC vets, one guy way past his prime. It doesn't have the needles he used to have to shove them up his ass and look juicy to the gills. And then Rory McDonald's refocused, retooled. PFL's like #1 guy right now. I like it.
I don't know. Rory's just going to destroy him. I think second round submission.
I'm going to go first round submission.
So I don't know. I just don't see how it could be competitive.
No, but if Rory's 2-0 in the PFL, if Rory wins a PFL title, is that big?
Yes.
Especially this season. I think this is their best season by far.
For sure. I don't know. He's one of the best welterweights.
Yeah, definitely top 10 for sure. Okay. UFC we got this week. We have Tim Means taking on Danny Roberts. That's a hard next. Cheeto Vera taking on Davey Grant. Again, the hard next.
We're gonna Vera?
Huh?
You like Marlon Vera?
I do, but I mean I don't know. Davey Grant, like what am I supposed to do with this fight? What do you want me to do with it?
I know. There you go.
Co-main event. Alexei Olenek looking for his 60th win, taking on Sergey Spivak.
Spivak's just gonna knock him out.
I'm taking Olenek Anaconda choke.
I want Olenek to win because we've been saying, I think for his last 3 fights, we've been saying he's going to get his 60th win, and he keeps just getting starched now, so it's just not happening for him. And he's like 45 and like 200 in MMA years, so holy shit, time to hang him up.
He was out there hunting woolly mammoths with spears back in the day, and he's still fighting in the UFC.
You know he has a win over Krokop?
That's insane. I didn't know
that. That's crazy.
Dude, he's 59, 15-1.
It's not bad.
No, that's the marathon man. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's crazy.
Then in the main event, we got the Korean Zombie taking on Dan Ige. Dude, I honestly think Dan Ige is going to piece him up.
Yeah, Dan Ige is going to outbox him.
Korean Zombie's too hittable these days.
I've never been a Korean Zombie fan. I think he's kind of been overrated, in my opinion. He's overrated, but he's entertaining. He's not really ever been that skill-wise. He hits hard, and he's durable. But a lot of his wins are over the hill people. Like, he didn't beat him at the best time of their career. I don't know. He's never put in the biggest streak in the world. I don't know what to say. He's entertaining, but he's not as hyped as he should be.
Yeah, he's got a weird win over Dustin Poirier from like almost a decade ago, which is insane. Then he has like a win over a 97-year-old Frankie Edgar over, I think that was in Korea on a short note. And then his biggest claim to fame is like that he almost beat Yair Rodriguez. Like, okay, you got knocked out, dude. I don't care that you're winning the fight. You got knocked out.
Exactly. And people always forget that he got knocked out by Yair Rodriguez. They'll put him like, I don't get it. It wasn't that long ago.
No, it was like a year and a half ago. It's weird. I think Danny Gage, Danny Gage is looking good. What he did to Gavin Tucker was insane, man.
Crazy. I don't know. I think he just uses count. And the thing about this fight is that Korean Zombie hits hard and he's durable, but so is Dan Ige. Dan Ige could give it and take it. Like, this is going to be some on to beyond shit. And
he doesn't want to get into rock'em sock'em robots with Korean Zombie. He loses that. He doesn't hit as hard as Zombie does.
No, but they're both durable. I don't know. I think he sticks and moves, uses footwork, and just outboxes them.
I completely agree. But if they get in that phone booth and they're both just slinging shots, that's when Danny can't win that fight. They're both crazy durable, but one hits way harder.
It'll be a good fight. It'll be a clang and bang. You know, it'll look like Bound Gods and look up what Bound Gods is. Marshall, when we're done this podcast, everybody look up Bound Gods and tell me.
All right. Danny Ige by unanimous decision.
Yeah, I got Danny Ige by 4th round knockout.
Wow. All right. Anything else? Sorry, go ahead.
No, there wasn't too much that happened ever since there. Dana White saying he might not give Lauren Murphy a title shot. It's kind of shitty, but whatever.
That's insane. Seriously?
Yeah, he was saying that she might. I don't know. I don't know what's next for her.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's news to me. Risen 28 just happened. Kaya Sakura got a win, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's it for this weekend. Check out Bound Gods, our sponsor, and that's it.
We're out.
We're out.